Welcome to my dorm with this really bad camera, and I am eating soup. Okay. I am watching Dodie's video, and she mentioned that she watched her grandpa pass away. And that is making me remember me watching my grandpa passing away, which quite honestly was a bad experience, but I played it off as a good one for a really long time. And I don't mean that watching my grandpa die was like the best experience of my life. It's just it felt right, if that makes sense. My grandpa has had a lot of health problems, and he had a lot of health problems. Guy died. He had some stuff going on with his liver. He was an old man, so he didn't want people to really examine him, aka go to the doctor. My granny took a lot of the responsibility of my grandpa. He was diagnosed with cancer. Someone in our family came up to him and was like, "We really want you to push through because we love you." And he knew that his family loved him and he wanted to push through for them. He totally would have just pulled the trigger. He just didn't want to be suffering for the last 3 years of his life just for the people that he loved, because that honestly has a toll on you. For these 2 or 3 years that I watched my grandpa go through this, I was kept in the dark for a lot of it because my family didn't want the kids to worry about it. That made learning that he was going to die soon worse. The last few days are coming along and he had maybe a few months left. And in maybe like a week of that few months, my granny started calling people and telling them that they should start saying their goodbyes. First, my mom said we should go this weekend on a Thursday. And then a few minutes later, she said we should go tomorrow. And so I took school off and I went to my grandpa and granny's house. And he was sitting in his chair, and we had been told that he couldn't really go up to use the bathroom. Hospice was there. There was a hospital bed in their living room because he couldn't make it up the stairs anymore. And I just remember not understanding where it all came from so quickly. He was talking to me and he was being his own self, but he couldn't really move that well and he looked really, really white. So I sat down in a chair next to him and I held his hand for like 20 minutes. I couldn't say anything to him and he laid there with his eyes closed, and it was very sad, to say the least. I couldn't stop thinking about how this man had watched me through puberty, came to a lot of my events in the worst parts of puberty where everything doesn't feel right. He would come to a program, or I would visit him while he went to church, and he would just say, like, "Oh, there's that pretty girl," in every single sense that I never felt beautiful. He made sure to let me know that I still was, which was awesome. All of those times that I was little and scared of him because I was little, that he would still make an effort to make me remember it happily. I was sitting there with my hand in his, and he woke up and said, "Lizzie, I'm really sorry, but my hand is asleep. Can I take it back?" And I said, "Yes, of course." Because no one's gonna let you die when the most uncomfortable feeling is letting your hand fall asleep. My sister was taking it really hard, and she was like, "Can we please leave?" I was like, at least I got to sit there with my hand in his for a while. We left, and I saw my granny in the kitchen, and I just cried in her arms for a couple minutes. And she kept telling me, "It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay." Then I didn't cry about it it's been like 2 years. Because knowing what he was going through and knowing the pain that he felt, not even experiencing it, but seeing it was enough to make me say he never wanted this. He was such a champ about it till the end that why would I cry about it? He's the one that went through the pain. He put a smile on his face and protected me from the hurt, and I think that shows how wonderful a person he is. Wherever he is probably exactly where he would like to be. So yeah, death sucks, but it is the way of life.